I'm going to sit right here, and I just want you to look at me.
Done.
Just ignore the camera.
Done.
So I want you to tell me your name, how long you've known that you are LFS positive, and then how you found Living LFS. So give me those three to start.
Okay. My name is Emily. I found out 8 years ago in 2014 that I had LFS. I was diagnosed with breast cancer young. I was 29, and they did a baseline scans and found my brain tumor. And I had already had an adrenal tumor, but it was 1987 when LFS was unknown. And I didn't find out until breast cancer and the brain tumor happened, but my oncologist knew about mutations, had me tested for it, and she was right. What else did you ask me?
Tell me how you found Living LFS.
So I found Living LFS, like, once I was tested. I actually had a breast cancer friend in Pittsburgh. We were friends before either of us had breast cancer, but she was young too, diagnosed 2 years before me at 30. And we had gone through a whole bunch of, like, stuff. Once I was diagnosed, she was, like, the first person I, like, went to. And she found out that she had the BRCA gene, so she knew about, like, genetics, and she was in a metastatic group, and there was another girl, Kate Crawford, who is in our LFS group, who lives near me, and we both have LFS. She's only dealt with breast cancer, so she wasn't as, like, much of an avid, like, caretaker, in the group of LFS, but I literally just Googled it and, like, searched Facebook for groups, because I was like, me as a person, I'm a social being, like, I know I'm shy, but, like, I need a lot of, like, just understanding. I need people who get it. Otherwise, like, I think I would have gone terribly crazy if I hadn't, like, found, and it was just from searching on Facebook. Like, I just found it.
Tell me about your experiences with the LFS community. So talk about, like, the friendships that you've made and
oh my gosh,
like that.
It's life-changing. Like, Mallory was my first, because we had brain surgery within 3 weeks of each other. Like, she had brain surgery 3 weeks before me, and it was in different places, but she, like, had such a way of, like, preparing me for it. And then after I had it, I had cognitive issues, so, like, I literally, like, couldn't speak English for a while. Like, I would lose words, and, like, we would still talk, and she would still, like, understand how to at least, like, make me feel okay. Like, we would just message each other, not like I was messaging anything clear, but, like, she was just so supportive through all of it. Like, she was, like, my steady mind about it. And then Lisa Wickens and I, like, because we're basically, she's my Canadian doppelganger, that's what we call each other, and we have our matching tattoos now, and she and I just, like, are soul sisters. Like, we are, like, I feel like Trish and Mal, like, it's just, I feel like Lisa's, like, my Mal. Like, we just get it because we've both, like, now been through it and, like, understand cancer, and, like, learning more about the mutation is, like, so interesting now that I live it and I'm more used to it. So I'm, like, that person that goes to my all the time scans, and I'm like, I don't really get anxious about it. I just kind of, like, go in thinking the worst, and then if I come out and there's nothing changed, I'm like, cool, let's just go on, see you in 3 months. Like, but I kind of just, like, go with the flow, try to, like, if I go in and something happens at this one, I'm like, okay, what's next? How do we take care of it? Like, because you're weirdly used to cancer. So
you went to camp in 2019, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about your overall camp experience. So kind of lump both of them together.
Yeah. So the first time, for sure, like, I was, like, on a high for the longest time, because finally meeting, like, I always felt like so much support having the group, but physically meeting all of these people was, like, life-changing. Like, it gave me so much more drive to, like, understand more about it, get to know everybody more, and just, like, understand everybody's life and how everybody deals with it. Because it's, like, the one thing you need to learn from it is having some sort of coping with it, like, how you deal with this life-altering information that you're given, especially if you're, like, an adult and, like, didn't know for 27 years you had it, Like, it's, like, crazy to think to me that I lived my whole life not even thinking about cancer, and then it happening, and it just, like blows in your face, and the instant you meet other people that have it, it's like, I feel like I've known you my entire life. It's so crazy, but it's, like, the solid connection that you just make, knowing other people just totally get it.
So tell me about the sessions at camp. Talk about which ones you've actually gone to and what you've liked about them.
So I went to coping with grief and bereavement, which, like, in cancer world in general, like whether you're a mutant or not and you've had cancer, like you'll lose friends and it's hard. And it's something that you weirdly it becomes a semi-normal thing in life. Like death has to become just a part of your life. And it's a crazy thing to understand, but it's like helped me develop like an appreciation for just thinking about the good parts of it. Even if that person isn't here anymore, just always remember that I had good moments with that person. So I try to look at it that way all the time. And then I did one with body image, and that has been a hot mess for me because my body has been like in all different states of mind through steroids and like mastectomy and everything else. So like learning to just be comfortable with yourself and being okay with it, even though like you went through everything and it's hard to explain to other people, like because people tell you look great, like, and you're like, well, I'm glad you think that. Like I'm struggling with like this fakeness of everything, and things have been altered, and I have scars everywhere, and it's just something you have to like just like get more used to and accept more, I guess. And it was like good teaching. I know. Is it a tornado?
I'm not sure.
It's like so breezy. I'm like not mad about it though, because I'm a sweaty kid all the time.
Have you gone to any of the genetic sessions?
I didn't go to the genetic session, but I did talk to one of the genetic counselors because me and Kelly Swisher have like, I was like reading my result because so many variants of it there are, and her and I have like opposite like letters or something, like, but so, and we've both had multiple cancers, so like it's, and I'm the only one, like I'm de novo and my kid doesn't have it, like it's one and done with me. I'm the only mutant in my family, so it's like, I don't know, learning more about the genetics for me is like, I like knowing it, but like I like knowing my reason for it, but it's hard because like I know it just happened, and it's like, okay, like what's the deal with this all this LFS stuff? Like I love that it's getting so much research happening on it. Like I'm obsessed with that. Like the fact that it's just getting so much more knowledge and like learning. Like there's so many different levels of it, so many different grades of it. Like it's a spectrum of like what your mutation can be. Like so it's like it's crazy. It's like such a new like sciencey thing that's like pretty cool to like hear about. So I didn't go to one of the sessions, but I'm always like willing to learn. Like I just haven't because I did a bunch of other ones like emotional ones.
Yeah, yeah.
I need a minute.
Reasonable.
You're like, I need a minute. And then I went to that other one yesterday morning that you were at. What was that one?
That was the
your mental health care.
Yeah,
yeah.
Caring for your mental health and well-being.
Yeah, that was amazing too.
Tell me, if you think about this camp and the last camp, what overall is your favorite thing about the entire Living LFS camp experience?
Oh my god, I can't even pick a favorite. I love literally like everything about it. Like being around the people that I know who live so far away, and you can finally like give them hugs. Like that's my favorite thing of all time. Just knowing you're in the presence of like people who've been through shit and back, just like you. And it's like we're so rare, and it's like becoming more tested for more people are finding out about it, but like just being able to like come to such a peace place. Like we were talking about in one of the groups that like having like everybody can say whatever they need to. No one is judging you because we all get it. Like you're not in like just a cancer group that like they've only had one cancer, whatever. Like that's the worst thing to say. Like you've only had one cancer, but like people who have had more, then it's like becomes a whole different like stage of like information which you have to like think about and deal with. So, but it's just the actual being in the presence is like, I don't care where I am in the country, like camp in general is like life-changing and insanely awesome.
Cool. Well, let's see how that goes with the wind and the rain. And
oh my gosh, yeah. Did you